welcome to another episode of Tiwa Did That. I'm Tiwa, and what do we do here? Luxury fashion, luxury skincare, and luxury travel that doesn't take itself too seriously. But you know, we are here to discuss something that I should probably take a little bit more seriously, which is my addiction to twillies. And how does this cycle start and where does it end? Basically, I love Hermès twillies and I need them to take care of my leather handbags. But I put them on and then eventually they get dirty or I buy a new one. Basically, it starts with me seeing something sickening, right? That's how all shopping starts. I saw something glamorous and I bought it. I love these twillies because you tie them onto the bags, they look great, they give the bag a totally different vibe. I really, really love using twillies. The problem is they change so often. The twillies that Hermès offers change all the time. And so eventually I either see one that I like even more, or the one that I have gets a little dirty and I just take it off and replace it with a new twilly. And so I was talking to my essay about this the other day in the store and I was like, do you stock any old twillies? I love some of these old motifs, but mine are so dirty, I can't put them back in my bag. I also have a weird anxiety about like the dirt on the twilly ending up on my leather, like physically against my leather and rubbing over time. That to me is 10 times worse than having a dirty scarf in a box. And he was like, oh no, you could totally wash them. They're totally washable. You know, just like everything at Hermès, it's designed to last forever. Love her, you know, stick to the corporate book, mama. But I am super skeptical about the idea of washing these scarves. And so actually, that's kind of what we're here to do today. We're gonna see if we can bring these scarves back from the dead. Each of these scarves are going to be washed just so that we can see, is it possible to save a twilly, or do you just have to go shopping every month? I don't have a problem with that, really I don't, but I definitely want to know if I can save some of my limited scarves, my limited twillies. Some of these are so sentimental. But before we get into all that, it would not be a Tiwa Did That video without an unboxing. And so obviously, I went to Hermès and I bought something like yada yada yada. Y'all know how this goes. Let's just see what the tea is before we get into the rest of this video, okay? This is not just an unboxing video, but like, you know, I bought this, we're here now, why don't we just like get into it, do it? Yeah. This item is so cool, you guys. I was really, really happy when my store told me that they had this because I've wanted this for a while, but specifically this motif is so, so cool to me. I mean, I'm obsessed. So here it is, tissue paper as usual. This is not a bag, don't worry. I am out of that market for now. This is so gorgeous. Okay, so it comes like this. You may be wondering, what is that? It's like, it looks like a scarf, but it's not a scarf box, and it's much thicker than a normal scarf. So what's going on? Well, this is so big that I'm probably not going to be able to very effectively show you what it is at all, but I'll do my best. This is an Hermès pareo, so basically like a beach wrap, if that makes any sense. This is an Hermès pareo in the motif called the Three Surfs motif or something. Where's the label? Yeah, so it says Hermès right there. That's the only branding that you're gonna get from this product. It says Hermès right there. I really, really love this, guys. I mean, this is like so spring in Europe, you know, have that around your shoulder. Really cute. It's giving like, you know, Pride meets monastery a little bit. And I live, like, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm not exactly sure what I want to use this for. Not exactly sure. But I knew I had to own it, because if I didn't own it, how was I gonna find out, right? So I bought it, and it's so cute, so glam. It's huge, guys. This is about 140 by 90, I think, or something similar. It's huge. I did not fold this as nicely as it was folded to me, but it is what it is. So that's the unboxing, so cute, so chic. Let's move on. So guys, we're back on the Twillies, right? In order for me to wash all my Twillies, which is what I wanted to do, I didn't just take like the grossest ones, I wanted to wash all of my Twillies. And so in order to do that, I actually had to disrobe my handbags that had Twillies currently on them. I had to remove the Twillies from my Birkin and my Kelly. You can see here that I removed the ones from my Birkin and already put the new scarves on. Those were brand new Twillies that I put on this bag. And this is what I mean, like I literally, sometimes I buy the Twillies ahead of time, knowing that eventually I'll have to take the old ones off and put new ones on there. And so I go to my store, I have them color match the Twilly, because here's something else that's really cool about Hermès. Hermès literally knows which scarves have the exact color of your bag in it. So yeah, the Birkin is all done, so cute, so fun. But guys, my Kelly is right here. And I want to say that we're about to put one of the scarves that I've washed onto this bag, but I just have too much anxiety about that, you guys. I've never put an old Twilly on a handbag. When I change Twillies, I put a new one on there. That's just what I do. And so I'm sort of not ready to move on from that yet, which brings us to our next unboxing, which are these. Now you might be asking yourself, don't Kellys literally have one handle? What are you doing? I just kind of couldn't decide. You'll see in a minute why, but I needed to, let's just get started by getting this bag out of the box. It's rarely seen without Twillies on it. I never carry these bags without Twillies. And so it's very interesting that we're in this transitional space because I never ever have this. Even just carrying it like this, I can feel the handle is so thin because there's no scarf on it. It's very strange. But we gotta do what we gotta do. And this is gonna be like hell and high water because when I tie Twillies, I make sure they're perfect. As you can see from my Birkin you saw earlier, and in general, if you like go to my Instagram or anything. By the way, check out my Instagram, so cute, so fun. If you check out my Instagram, you know, you see my scarves are always tied to the T. Like whenever they do it for me in the store, I go, thank you so much. And then I do it properly when I get home. I'm so good at it, it's glamorous, it's sickening. I'm a Virgo, so I'm good at everything I bother to get my attention. But let's move on. This is my bag without the scarf. So this is basically how it looked in the store. This is crazy. I don't even want to touch the handle. Look at that. It looks so, I don't want to say ordinary, but it looks very normal without the scarf. Isn't that crazy? So this is my Kelly 35 in noir, palladium hardware, turbo leather, Retorn style. Gorgeous, cute. You already know it. I mean, I just uploaded that video a month ago. So I guess you're all familiar with this bag, but we need to tie new Twillies on it. And you're probably wondering why I got two, because obviously there's one handle on this bag. I bought a few Twillies for this bag already, even though it's less than a year old. It's so embarrassing. But I have literally, never put a scarf that didn't have an overarching black theme on this bag. And so, of course, I bought one of those. And that is the Space Odyssey scarf. So this is the Space Odyssey scarf right here. I'm gonna call this my backup, because the other scarf I bought is like a super interesting, super cool scarf. It's very, very different from what you might expect me to put on this bag. And so I bought this just in case that doesn't work out. It's crazy, I know, but like, it is what it is. So the wild card here is this scarf. This is called the Rayeur d'été from Hermès. I'm really not sure what that means, but I think it means rays of summer, but you know, I don't know, girl. This scarf is so colorful, so interesting, and you can see one of the main themes is white in the background. And so I'm super, super nervous about whether this is gonna look good and how well it's gonna age on this bag. And so I think we're gonna go with our wild card. What do you guys think? You know, I literally put this scarf against my bag in the store when I picked this up, because I thought, God, is this gonna work? I already had my essay hold this because this is actually a very popular twilly right now. And so I said, please hold this. I think I paid for it already even, and I was just like, but I have to see it in person because I just want to make sure it works. And even in the store, I thought, you know, it could work. But here's the crazy thing about twillies. You absolutely cannot predict how it's going to look on the bag. You know, you can see so much white here, but when I tie this on, it's gonna have a totally different vibe. It's gonna be so constricted. Maybe you won't see as much white. Maybe we won't see as much of anything, you know? And so we have to be sort of adventurous here and kind of just see where it goes. And so I am gonna start with my wild card scarf, tie it on, and sort of give you guys a little tutorial on how I tie scarves. Because again, I am extremely good at this. Like, not to toot my own horn. I hate when people say that when they're clearly tooting. So I am tooting my own horn, and it's because I can. I'm really, really good at tying twillies, and you're all about to find out. So when I tie twillies, the first thing I do, obviously this is a box fresh twilly, and so it comes with a label in the back here that says what it is, where it's from. Is that upside down? Yeah. What it is, where it's from, the washing instructions, which I think are also quite important. I don't know if you can see that. But anyway, all Hermès scarves come with that, and I always cut this off because it just disrupts from the flow of the twilly. The scarf is free, it's released, it's bag ready, okay? So let's get in. The first thing I do is that I take the dust bag and I place it under the handbag as a mat, because actually I'll be moving the bag around quite a bit while I work. And so it's important to me that I'm not like stressing the feet, scratching my nice table, blah, blah, blah. And so the first thing I do is put a little support underneath the bag. And then I start with a knot. And so let's get started. Okay. And another thing, super important to have really, really clean hands. I'm gonna take off my gorgeous ring because I feel like, can I do this with my ring on? Well, we'll see. Anyway, I always start with super, super clean hands because the oil on your hands can really do a number on this handle, which is actually why the twilly is there in the first place. And so even when you're tying it on, you wanna make sure you have really nice, clean, dry hands. I start with this knot right here, okay? And it creates this beautiful teardrop right here. And the funny thing about this is that it's a great benchmark to help you decide how long the scarf needs to be, right? When this teardrop is exactly in this shape, you know that you're gonna have enough twilly to finish the rest of the handle. Now you may be asking yourself, do you really need that much scarf? Are you sure that you haven't left out too much scarf? Absolutely not. You also wanna make sure this knot is extremely tight. You wanna pull it and make sure that it can't go any further, but you also wanna make sure that as you pull, you're not going too far down over here. Because if this teardrop gets too long, what that tells you is that you're not gonna have enough scarf for the rest of the bag. Mind you, the teardrop on this side must be the same size. There are no substitutes, not in my classroom. So we may be starting this over, I'm really not sure. The first thing I do is do a nice even loop, draw, pull, and then I wrap extremely flatly to sort of create a skirt around the knot. You see? Very tidy. You're not gonna see any handle, you're not gonna see any open seams. It's gonna be really, really cute. Now I wanna just stop for a moment and show you guys what I've done here. That is super, super flat. Can you see that? Super, super flat. That is two folds. So I've only gone once around, twice around. But you can see how that's almost symmetrical, almost totally flat. You can just barely make out the line. That is a well-tied twilly. And there's no shame in starting over, even if someone shows up to your house. This looks good, but that is not gonna, you see the problem? guys? It looks great, right? But we don't have enough scarf to repeat the ear. And what does that tell me? That tells me that I haven't been as strict with not overlapping as I should be. So we have to start it over. It's sad, but you know, what's a girl to do? What's a girl to do? Okay, that's good. Okay guys, so I'm about halfway through my second tie. The first one, as we remember, did not work out. And that's okay. I'm really a lot more optimistic about this one, but I don't love these ridges beneath the handle. And so I'm gonna go back. I need a break. My arms hurt. Mind you, I lift, right? But my arms still hurt doing this. Crazy. Okay. Well, it looks good. But, okay. All right, I think that is good. Okay guys, I have you back in front of me now. This is the finished product. I'm gonna have to tuck these ends in right now just because being in the box sort of forces the twilly into a certain shape, and I wanna make sure that the nice teardrops are really nice and flat against the bag. It really makes a huge difference. So I'm gonna tuck that right there. Just so it can heal. You know, it's like a surgical procedure. Oh, guys, I feel like this is the video. Like, tying this scarf is the fucking video. Okay, so this is what I meant when I said that I'm really good at this. I am really good at this, as you can see. Not a lot of girls take the trouble to tie their twillies as well as I do, but I know for a fact that when you have a well-tied twilly, it'll always look out for you. I mean, over time, you know, just holding it over and over again, it feels so secure when you tie it properly. When you take the time now, you can have so much peace of mind later. I love it, I live, it's fantastic, great. So guys, it has actually been several hours since I watched those twillies. I know exactly what they look like. Why don't we get started with the before and after? So I guess I should put this bag away because I need the space. I don't really know what is in which. I have to make sure I don't grab one of the new ones as well, which is what I just did. These are the old scarves. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell you the stories behind the scarves, and then I'm gonna tell you how they did in the wash, okay? So in here, I can see already is the carré volant in this box. Here's what they looked like before I washed them. I love this scarf. It's actually my first forever scarf on this black Kelly, and it washed pretty well. As you can see, here's the before, as I said, and here is the after. So that washed pretty nicely. It came out super, super straight, which is very important to me. Now you're probably thinking, God, Tiwa, that washed really, really well. Your essay was totally right. You can really, really get these scarves back. Wrong. This is the side that was against my hands. This is the side that got dirty. That is dirt. I just, you know, I have a very, very nice washing machine, spared no expense. I also use a very, very delicate detergent for silk, but this did not bring every stain out of this scarf. It's sad, but that's why I have a new one. I'm not tripping. This twilly is the twilly that I got with my Birkin. This twilly is so sentimental. Every time I look at it, I just remember one of the coolest days of my life. You know, it's beautiful, it's limited, it's gone. And so I tried to wash it. As you can see, it washed not too badly, but if you have a look, On the other side, where my hands actually were on the bag, you can see that if you look very, very carefully, you can see that there's still some staining, still some brown spots. It's hard because, guys, I can't afford to lose this scarf. I would rather have it a little bit spotty than have it destroyed in a tougher washing cycle. You know what I mean? So unfortunately, this one did not wash very well either. It washed fine in the sense of it being nice and straight and usable again, but it's not perfect. And I wonder if they can ever be again. It actually makes me quite sad because, you know, I can do all the shopping I want, but I'll never get this back. You know what I mean? Not even this motif, but this scarf is my original Birkin scarf. Guys, I'll never get this back. So I am a little bit bummed that it didn't wash clean, and I am definitely not prepared to attempt a more aggressive wash on this scarf. So shout out to her, you know, shout out to her. I love Hermès twillies. I love Hermès, and I think I'll always have twillies on my handbags. And so, although I will say there's like a little bit of merit in cleaning them, I'm not gonna say that cleaning them is like a foolproof way to keep your scarves forever, because at this rate, girl, this is not gonna last another like 2 cycles. I mean, I don't know. Perhaps it's the fact that they don't last that gives them a bit of a charm. I don't know, maybe that's a coping mechanism, girl, that I'm constructing right now on camera. But, you know, I don't think I'm ever gonna stop buying twillies, just the way I don't think I'm ever gonna stop loving this brand. I'm glad that I can actually tie these so that, you know, I'm never gonna be heading to the store just to get my scarves tied onto my bag when one of them gets dirty. But as far as buying new ones, I don't think I can get out of that either, so. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this super, super long video. So me and my pareo are going now. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I want to thank everybody who subscribed after the unboxing. Why did I just realize that these match? Gag. You better work, bitch. Oh my God. I just got so distracted by that serve. Okay, well, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm so shook and gagged that so many people are living for my channel. Like, it's insane to me, honestly. My OGs know I don't do ads. I don't do promo. I just post. I do my thing. This is cute. This is fun. Subscribe if you're living. If you're just watching this one for the first time, check out my old videos. They're cute, so the streets say. And see you next time on TWILLY Did That. Bye.